Hallo und herzlich willkommen, meine Damen und Herren, zu einer weiteren grandiosen Ausgabe Giga The Show heute um 23 Uhr. Guten Abend. Tolle Themen haben wir, die ziehen sich durch den Tag wie ein langer Themenwurm. Und jetzt wollen wir nämlich mal wieder reden über Episodenspiele. Da gibt es ja in letzter Zeit so einiges. Angefangen vielleicht das populärste Sam & Max, was in vielen Episoden über Steam kam. Ganz komfortabel im Internet runterzuladen. Jetzt schlägt aber die Bombe ein. Das ist wirklich eine große Nummer. StarCraft 2 auf der BlizzCon bekannt gegeben worden. Kommt auch in Episoden. Den Anfang machen die Tyranner.
Genau. Dann kommt Protoss und Zerg. 3 Episoden soll es geben. Aber es ist nicht das letzte Spiel StarCraft 2. Nein, auch American McGee's Grimm. Das von vielen antizipierte Spiel und ja, wird ebenfalls in verschiedenen Episoden erscheinen. Auch wieder über eine neue Distributionsplattform. Und das war für uns Grund genug, mal mit den Producern von Grimm zu sprechen, beziehungsweise mit einem der Producer. Das Interview haben wir vor der Sendung aufgezeichnet, ist auch auf Englisch. In diesem Sinne viel Spaß mit dem Interview. Gibt's jetzt. Bei mir jetzt am Telefon Wim Cavaliers. Er ist Producer bei Spicy Horse und die entwickeln derzeit American McGee's Grimm, das ebenfalls in Episoden erscheinen wird. Deshalb natürlich perfekt für unser Thema heute vorbestimmt. Ich sage einfach mal, hello Wim, it's great to have you on the show.
Great to be there.
Of course, our topic today is episodes and computer games that come in episodes, which seems to be a new trend. Of course, American McGee's Grimm is also coming as an episodic title. Could you tell us a little bit why you guys choose to produce Grimm as different episodes?
Well, it's more it's actually our publisher, GameTap, is a U.S.-based company, and they distribute games online. And so they wanted to build up their own. They offer a lot of games to everybody, games that you can just go buy in the shop. But they also have a couple of games that are unique to their service. Their previous one, the first one that was pretty well known was Sam & Max. Which was released in episodes as well. And then they wanted to do a new episodic game. And so they approached American McGee and they asked him if he was interested. They knew that he was interested in actually making such an episodic game. So they approached him with an offer to make this Grimm game that he was at the time sort of thinking about, to turn that into an episodic experience like we have right now.
At the BlizzCon, Blizzard announced that StarCraft 2 will be released as an episodic title as well. What are the benefits by releasing games in different episodes?
I think the main benefit of it is that you can you're not forced to release a completely finished title at a certain point. You release a completely finished part of one title at a certain point, and then you just you can wait a little bit. The way that the Grimm production works is that we actually already have a lot of the episodes ready before they are released. But the fact that they are released as episodes gives us the opportunity to go back to the ones that are almost finished and enhance them. Based on what people who played the first couple of episodes have told us. So I think that the main reason why episodic content is so episodic gaming is coming up so quickly right now is that it sort of spreads out the production of the game, and it also allows people to adapt to what the customer is saying.
Would you say there are also downsides of releasing in episodes? Like people, I don't know, say that it's money making, or why can't they give us a complete game experience? Or would you not agree that there are downsides with releasing an episodic game?
Well, of course there are downsides. The one that you just pointed out is something that. I mean, pricing is always a difficult point. You were right that if you release episodic games, there's no way you can get away with actually asking the price of a full game. which is not what we're doing with Grimm. With Grimm, an episode of Grimm is just $4, and so you don't get 12 hours of gameplay for it, but you also don't really pay for 12 hours of gameplay. Now, I do think that there might be some minor downsides about it, but like for example, the fact that you never really finish the game. You're always, I can imagine that if you release a full-fledged game that is, like an Xbox 360 game that's released on a disc, there's a beginning and an end to the production. For an episodic game, the release of the actual first episode is just halfway through production. So that can be difficult for morale. Mm-hmm. People can sort of feel like, oh, we've done it, we've released the first episode, but actually they haven't. You still have to go through another year of production because you still have to deliver all the rest of those episodes. And that finishing can be a bit hard. But overall, I think that especially for smaller studios that have less of a budget than big studios like Microsoft or probably Blizzard as well, releasing episodic titles gives them a chance to be recognized and to be on that market.
That would have been my next question. If you think that this episodic kind of style is a chance for small or independent studios to establish themselves in the industry.
I totally agree with that. I think that just to release one episode, you don't need a very big budget. So one of the major difficulties with making a game is that it's just incredibly expensive. All the equipment, all the people that you need to get, everything you need is very specific and very expensive. So if you release a game, instead of having to go through a 2-year or 1-year production to release a full game, people can now go and make one episode, see if it works, see if people like it, and then if it generates some money, they can move on to the next episode. Mm-hmm. So I do think, for us it was the same thing. This is the first title that Spicy Horse has produced, and so it gave us a tremendous opportunity to establish ourselves in the game space without having to spend a huge amount of money that we would normally do if we would make a real next gen, PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 game.
So tell us a little bit about the development of Grimm. How is the game coming along?
So we started. Americans started working on the concept of Grimm, I think, in 2006. So that's almost 2.5 years ago. And then so GameTap gave us the deal in the end of 2006, and we started real production in spring of 2007. So right now we've been in production for 1.5 years, and we have released the first 8 titles in the summer of this year. So we're at this point, actually, today we finished, we're halfway through. We finished there's going to be 23 episodes, and today we finished number 12, I think. Yeah, number 12 and 13 were finished today and sent off to our publisher. So actually, right now we're only halfway through finishing up all the episodes. But meanwhile, we're just it's really weird because it's like normally you release a game and there's a big party, but we basically have to have a big party every week because we keep releasing games every week basically. So it's a very strange production, but it sort of proved that it was a very, very good production. Because, for example, one of the major problems with the game industry right now is that I wouldn't call it a problem, but every time a game gets made, the last 2 months before the title has to go into has to be sold, the whole team goes into this thing called crunch mode, where everybody works like 12 hours a day and 7 days a week. Now, because we release in episodes, we've actually never had that crunch time. So that's another big thing of episodic games. It helps you spread production out a bit, so that we never have like one big period where everything needs to get finished. We just have small periods where one episode needs to get finished, but then we have enough people to work on that. So as I said, we're halfway through production, and we're expecting to finish up everything by March next year. So somewhere in March next year, maybe April, will be the last episode of Grimm.
Okay, so you're excited, I guess.
Yeah. It's a very exciting project to be on. It's a very free experience as well. Everybody has been able to. I mean, it's not just like American says we have to do it like this, and everybody does it like that. We have a very democratic process of designing our game. So whenever we have a design meeting about a specific episode, everybody can join in, everybody can pitch in ideas, and we sort of work together as a team to make that episode into the experience that everybody is looking, or at least everybody in the team is looking for. So it's a very fun project to be on, and I've been very lucky to be a part of it.
Well, we're very curious. I'm looking forward to of course to the game, and I was a big fan of American McGee's Alice, so I'm looking forward to it. Wim, thanks for being in the show.
No problem at all. You're welcome.
Bye. Hi.
Hi.
Die sind ganz gut gechillt, die Amis, ne? So hab ich den Eindruck.
Das ist das einzige Problem, was die haben. Die reden ja auf Englisch, ne?
Ja.
Das ist ja.
Aber vielleicht sollen wir es mal ganz kurz zusammenfassen, was er.
Das wäre vielleicht gar nicht schlecht, weil der hat ja viel erzählt und das auch in einer Fremdsprache. Und dieses Englisch, das verstehen ja auch viele gar nicht so gut. Was hat der eigentlich so erzählt? Was war die Quintessenz?
Ja, die Quintessenz war eigentlich die, dass es eben vor allen Dingen für den Entwickler sehr viele Vorteile hat, die Episoden rauszubringen. Gar nicht mal um die Kuh zu melken, wie es so schön heißt, oder einfach nur mehr Geld zu generieren, sondern einfach den Programmierern viel mehr Freiheit lässt, da sie nicht so viel Druck haben, nicht diesen Zeitdruck haben. Sie können sich erstmal auf eine Episode konzentrieren, dann haben die Leute schon was zu spielen, dann können sie sich auf die nächste Episode konzentrieren und natürlich können sie zum Beispiel auch darauf eingehen, was passiert, wie reagieren die User quasi auf das, was abgeliefert wird. Gefällt denen irgendwas überhaupt nicht, dann können sie noch irgendwelche Sachen einbauen oder verändern oder so. Also es ist zumindest aus Entwicklersicht ein Vorteil, aber er hat auch gesagt, dass er verstehen kann, dass das für den User nicht immer nur positiv ist und es kommt sehr darauf an, wie dann auch das Pricing-Modell aussieht. Das heißt also, wie viel sowas kostet. Also zum Beispiel hat er gemeint, dass Grimm jetzt auch nicht einen Vollpreistitel dann kosten wird. Wird irgendwie, glaube ich, habe jetzt vergessen, 24 Episoden oder so haben. Und dann wird natürlich eine Episode nicht genauso viel kosten wie ein komplettes Vollpreisspiel. Ja. Und bei Sam & Max war es ja auch so, es hat, glaube ich, auch nur, weiß ich gar nicht, 4, 5 Euro oder 10, keine Ahnung, irgendwie so in der Preisspanne gekostet.
Das ist ja auch immer eine Frage des Genres. Ne? Bei einem Point-and-Click bietet sich das an, da kannst du ein paar Sachen liegen lassen. Bei anderen Genres musst du wahrscheinlich so viele Mehrarbeit reinstecken, dass ein Episodenverkauf nicht so viel Sinn macht. Wir machen jetzt weiter mit unserer Top 10 der Spieleverfilmungen. Da sind richtige Klassiker bei. Und Legendary für die 360. Viel Spaß dabei. Wir sehen uns später nochmal.
Tschüss.